It's quite sunny today. We're gonna talk about the protests. So people are getting upset. Obviously, why? There are two ways you can think about it. There's one way where they want you to think, that is, oh, look at this guys, look at this selfish people, look at these idiots, like they're making it worse for everyone. Or you can look at it from another perspective, as a bystander, as someone who's from the outside looking in. You have to do a lot of research. You can't just trust whatever they're trying to tell you on the news, especially mainstream media and news. They will never tell you the truth. Why would they? So far on the current news and the mainstream media machine, they're telling everyone that look at these bozos, look at these clowns, look at these cove idiots or whatever. They have new discriminating words every day. Let's look at the reason. Let's look at the reason why people are upset. Let's look at the reason why people are angry. And let's just forget what the news are saying at the moment. Forget about the violence, forget about the whatever happens at the protests, okay? That's only the result of the conditions of the environment. It's not the main cause. The main cause is people are not happy of this whole thing. Whatever you watch on TV, whatever you read on the mainstream newspapers, they are pushed by an agenda. They have an agenda to push. And there are people paying for these people to put that stuff up. It's not just journalists doing journalist stuff anymore. It's all paid for. You don't say whatever you want to say. You have to obey by the laws. You have to obey by the rules. You can't just say what you want to say on the news or the media anymore. It's obvious. So that leads us to another question. So if we can't trust the news, if we can't trust mainstream newspapers, then what can we trust? Who are we looking up to? Well, how about you look inside? You look inside into your intuition. But I'm not going into that. I'm not going into that detail. So everyone in Australia is condemning, or at least the mass of the Australians is condemning these people for being selfish or whatever. And I can't help but think, do the same people that are saying this stuff, will they ever do anything to protect their own freedom if their freedom's in danger? These people online criticizing them with people out on the streets. Do they have any idea what's going on? Like, I just hope they do. I had a discussion with my friend, old friend of mine. He's a very wise guy, very knowledgeable. He's a bit of a pessimistic, but he knows a lot of stuff, which is why he's pessimistic. So he says, well, the main problem with the protests are they don't have any final solution, any goals, any sort of what objective are we trying to achieve here? Are we trying to achieve the end, like to put the end to all the lockdowns and the mask? Oh, and by the way, there are idiots online telling the government's pages that they should just take the army and throw them in. So they are suggesting the government should use the army to control the citizens practicing their protesting rights. I don't know about that one, but that sounds very tyrannical to me. But anyway, back to the main discussion between me and my friend. He said that this protest might not achieve anything, and worse, it can be the reason for them to use it against us, as if we're doing the wrong thing and they're allowed now to use force and power to abuse us and dispatch any future protest, any future uprising. In a way, I don't disagree with him because I've attended protests before, and most of the protests I attended, we were following the police and letting them lead the way, which in my opinion is very dumb. And that's how you being led as sheep to the slaughterhouse. But the difference is with this kind of protest, on the news and on the mainstream media, you see a lot of these incidents happen. And that's all they show. That's all they show. They don't show the peaceful footage. They don't show the way people are getting together and being connected and being united. All they're showing is the bad footage and the way they want the public to think in the certain agenda that they have. So it's hard to say. Nowadays, what you can believe and can't believe on the news. But I wouldn't watch it at all, to be honest. Simply because they have a director who has a script that they want you to see this part of the protest and not the whole thing. Will the government use this protest footage and use this narrative to abuse their power further and push us into the corner more? Of course they will. And they will do that no matter what, even if we don't protest. And that's what I disagree with my friend about. Because he would think that doing that is pointless. But what is pointless is that we just sit there and be quiet until they push us into the corner and force us to take whatever devices, whatever injections, whatever they want us to take. They will do that eventually. So here in the center of Ipswich, so what can we do? What can we do when we have these conflicting feelings? We just have to do ourselves. We just have to improve and do our own protest. You can do a lot of smart things, a lot of effective things to raise your voice without needing to even attend a protest. And of course, you don't need violence at all. Ooh, almost fall back. Tell us what you think. And what should we do? So that's a vlog for today. I'm sending peace and positive energy to all of you.